Welcome to Modern Homestead Alaska. I am Jessica. In today's video, we are going to share how small projects can make a big impact. Not only that, we hit the lake and we use Aaron's new Father's Day gift, and I can't wait to share everything with you. Let's go. I have a strong belief that your entryway actually says something. Not only does it say something to you, the person that lives there, excuse the mosquitoes, they're insane right now. Not only does it say something to you who lives there, it says something to everyone who comes and goes from the house. First off, in creating this homestead, we still have never put real steps. We still have construction steps out here. What are construction steps? They're just built out of scrap, nasty wood, and they give access to yourself and the contractors as entrance into the home, so they can drag in the drywall and the plumbing and the electrical and all of the things. And even though our house is closed on, we have never dealt with the decks or the steps. And even though I can't do anything about the construction stairs today, we're not going to be building a deck or the dream porch just yet, I can clean it up. Mine says I have unfinished projects. I have all these planters up around here, and then I have this box of very struggling plants, and what this is saying to me when I see it is, girl, you're not even done with the garden. You're not done planting out. You are killing your basil as we speak. Everything needs to be watered. What my porch is screaming to me is that I have so much undone and it's adding stress. Well, I can take care of this. That is our driveway. Everything is dirt, everything is gravel, and so my porch says so. My porch says it is. Let's have a look. It's dirty. It's covered in dirt. I mean, even this here, I haven't hung up the thermostat. I sometimes want to know what the outdoor temperatures are. It's not quite 60 degrees if you're curious, but I've never taken the time to actually hang it up. It needs a good sweep and a good clean, and it is saying that I am dirty. And in fact, the house is extremely clean right now. So I'm just gonna begin by getting everything off of the porch, and we're gonna give it a good wash. I have a bucket with a combination of Dawn dish soap, vinegar, and some really warm water. I have a scrub brush and some old rags. We're gonna just start washing down the porch. Now that we've made a bigger mess than what we started with, although it's all clean, we're gonna let everything dry and then get to picking it up. Well, it's not completely dry. Well, the deck isn't, the porch part, but all of this is dry now, and it's perfect because I have never painted the white trim here at the house. I think it should be white. It should be white. The inside's so on. I have some painter's tape in case I need that right here on the plastic, and I am going to paint the white. We're all taped off. I am not going to fix a bunch of holes in different things. And the reason is we're looking at replacing this door maybe this summer or the fall. We have two doors that leak, this one and the basement door, and they just aren't great for winter. So I just want it to be clean and bright and fresh when people come to visit, and it's never been painted. And so I'm gonna go ahead and paint it out. And if I wanted to fill holes, you could do some caulking or something like that at your house. And maybe at some point we might end up doing that, but not today because this is just a simple facelift. Let's get to painting. We are done with the white trim paint, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that's 1,000 times better than what it was. Even if none of the other touch-up gets done, that literally has brightened the front door. I got a little paint drops on the deck. I'm gonna clean that up, get the paint put away, and pull the tape. Pull the tape when the paint is wet if you can. It tends to stick less. I'll show you. The yellow just needs a little touch up where the dogs have scratched it. I don't want to get sucked in. I just don't have the time today of repainting the whole door. So any place that's pretty rough, I'm just going to give it this exact same can of paint has been used on the door since the beginning. And so it should dry fairly similar. The other thing is, when we bought this house, our daughter was a little bit sad to move away from all of her friends and everything, and right off the bat it was a mess. And so I asked her, do you want to paint the door? And she said she did. And I said, you can paint it any color you want. And she went and picked out this bright lemon yellow color, and against the navy house with the white trim, it really just stands out. And it was kind of a bright spot up here where the winters are long and cold and white. Having the bright yellow door even in the winter time gives you a fantastic feeling of sunshine and joy. So I encourage you, if you're able to paint your door a bright color that makes you happy, you should totally do it. Good morning. We are back at it out here on the front porch. The other day I finished recording and I put a little bit of like a stain and sealer that I had left over from the woodshed that we built, and no sooner do I get it like on the steps and everything, it barely dries, and it rained for 2 days. So it is supposed to be lovely today. I can finally finish. All I have to do is the touch up. I need to get the excess paint off of the door and get the boot cleaner attached to the steps, and she is all done. So I just have a razor. They make razors for this, but I don't have one of those. But if you just go along, it doesn't cut the glass. You just scratch it. You can get all of the excess paint. I am honestly so shocked at myself, and I think we should all feel that way at the end of the day. We should find a great deal of peace, joy, and happiness when we see our front door. We bought this house, just so a little backstory. It was nothing but framed. No electrical, no plumbing. The inside walls weren't done, no flooring, nothing. It was just framing, sticks, windows, and the roof was on. And we did that and moved here in July of 2021. And like I said, these are still construction steps. There's just nothing I can do about that right now. But I think what I love to teach is taking control of what we can take control of, and I can make it as beautiful as possible, even though I can't necessarily change everything about it. And maybe we can apply that to life a little bit. I went ahead and added, like I said earlier, this stain and sealer and waterproofing. It just makes the steps and the porch look so much better. I went ahead over here and moved the outdoor, these are my little herb garden that my grandmother planted out, and we went ahead and put that here in the corner. And it is so fantastic to come out the front door when I'm cooking and be able to just grab some herbs as pleased. I still need to fill in some of these little pots with some different herbs and things that maybe need to be started over and haven't been so fortunate. I have this little mat here. It helps catch boots and super dirty things instead of them coming into the house, especially for our son that works doing some excavating. He comes home super muddy. He can throw his boots in here. And then the mosquitoes are so bad. I have some oils going outside trying to prevent them from going inside. We have the flag, we have the thermostat, and then this red pot over here is actually like a milk thing, and I just think it is so cute on the porch here. And then of course here is the flower pot that we planted, and it is doing amazing, and it's starting to actually take off. Let me know any of your how to modern homestead questions in the comment section. I would love some video ideas or things that you really want to know how to do. Everything from cooking, preserving, outside on the homestead, animals, you name it. Let's get talking about it. Into a drive lane. The hope and dream is all the drive lanes around the whole property will get plants planted out around them, and then it'll turn into forest. What Wyatt did was break up this big chunk of ground here that will get a flower bed. It's not great soil and it's super compacted, so just breaking it up, raking it back in there, we were unable to hand dig holes. And then over the long run, as the roots and stuff from the plants spread out, they will help keep the ground soft. But in order to even get to that point, we had to just kind of dig all of it out in order to soften everything up. Now we'll get to planting the garden beds. This flower bed turned out pretty well. I have been watering it, and I ended up putting a little bit of coconut coir around the hydrangeas in order to help really keep some moisture in. We just, since the start of the recording of the video to now, it's been days since we have gotten any rain, and so they were struggling a little bit, but they're looking fairly well for the transplant and all. And then we're trying not to water the lavender too terribly much, and the goal in the future is to get some rocks around here and to build it kind of going to the garden, and then to fill this in with some beautiful wood chips, finish out all of those things. But getting these planted, they look pretty fantastic.
So look at this. this is what I got for Father's Day. Got a grill we put right here on the back end of the boat. We're gonna try it out for the first time, and we're gonna cook some burgers back here. See how it goes. Happy Father's Day to me. Heck yeah. All right. Got a little garlic salt, onion powder, a little bit of rancher steak rub in here. Gonna be perfect. Hear that meat grilling already? Ooh, right here in the bowl. All right, let's get these things cooking. Right here. So we got a little bit of propane, the Camper's propane bottles here. We got a little dial on the side here. You can turn high, low, obviously, and that's what ignites it as well. So we got a little thermometer gauge here. Don't know how accurate these are. Usually not too well, but we'll try it out. And it's got a little lock. That's nice, a little locking latch, so it always stays closed when you're driving the boat. You open and close it. Warming rack. Burgers. That's how you put a little char to it. Hey, birdie. All right. Good. What kind of cheese you guys want? Cheddar?
The
uneaten kind.
The kind you didn't eat. Whatever tastes the best to you.
No, I know. We'll go with that one. Sounds good.
I wanted to peel the corn. I don't even know what it's looking.
I'm a corn husking mama. I'm telling you. Corn. We're gonna try the corn on here, Keith. Putting it in here in between the burgers. The burgers are finishing up with the cheese on them. We're gonna be good. We kind of did it a little backwards because we forgot we had the corn, but we're gonna give her a shot. Bam.
Is the mayo on with that?
Oh, that's dirty.
That's the mom.
And Tom?
Here, Mom.
Go for it, Cody.
And then you gotta. There's a hair on it.
Let me do it.
I got it. I want to just squirt you.
Oh! That fell.
There's nothing under your feet.
Whoa! All right, give me some love here. All right, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Nice and mayonnaisey, bro. Plates.
Coming.
What, you don't heat that up?
Not really. You can add more when you're on when you get it.
That's good.
And then seasoning it.
Oh, good enough. This is a little hard being the chef on the
yacht.
On the yacht. Redneck Yacht Club.
Good.
A little more love. A little bit. Whoa.
The bike is like, no. You just be swimming around.
No. He's just chilling by the boat.
Oh, tiny little. Oh, here's a whole school of big fish, Wyatt.
Yep.
Get out in front of him. Get out in front of him. Right up there. Right up there. Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Come this way. Yep. Drop down a little. Drop down a little. Fishy, 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 fishy. Oh, yeah. You had a minnow follow it. Mayo?
Mayo.
Birdo. No, sir.
Oh, weird.
Burger.
I only got free Panda Express silverware. Oh.
We don't need them.
Need a little more mayo. I like my burger. I like it. A little bit more. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Just
So, I'm gonna go all American because that's who I am.
Pull your plate.
Onions, tomato.
Oh, jalapeno.
Oh heck yeah! A little ketchup. Where's my pickle, Cody?
Oh, I didn't know I had to get my hands dirty the whole thing.
You're on video. Hey! Nice.
All right. How did your grill work?
Fantabulous. Let's see how she tastes.
Happy Father's Day to you.
All right.
Is it good stuff? On your boat, you grilled in the woods while fishing.
That's right.
What do you do?
Mayo.
More mayo?
Yeah, bro.
Holy smokes.
This mayo got good flavor.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
Oops.
Oh.
Like that, bro.
Like that?
Yeah.
Give it a bite.
Hey!
Good try. I'm not gonna eat the same corn cob as you.
Mmm.
How is it?
And? So we'd like to wish a happy Father's Day to everyone that applies to. We thought we'd just come out here on the lake today, spend some family time, and see how the boat is running. Try this out before we go on a long overnight trip with the boat. We just wanted to check everything out, but it works great. That is one of the coolest things I think we've ever bought for you that is gonna actually make an impact when we're out moose hunting, salmon fishing, all of the fun things. So awesome. We're gonna get in here and have dinner. This is such a funny thing. Getting started this morning, I am on my porch. And the state bird, as referred to, the mosquito, is back. And it is so insanely bad right now that I was being bitten. There's one right there circling my head. So I put this little oil thing on my porch to try and keep them away from the front door. So I have some citronella, some eucalyptus, some mint. I just try and combat the mosquitoes as much as possible. And I thought that was such a strange thing before we moved to Alaska. I had a lady tell me, like, was I prepared for the swarms of mosquitoes that we get here? And I don't know that you can mentally be completely prepared for the mosquitoes here in Alaska. So I'm just gonna get some oils going on the porch because we go in and out of this door, and when we do, it lets the mosquitoes in, and for some reason they swarm right here this side of the house the worst. But I want to show you some things. So these little mosquito repellent things that you just light, and I have been trying to kind of move these around and put them ahead of time in the areas that I'm going to be working, because if I have one mosquito bite, I have probably 25 right now. It is really bad. You can get super sick from them, and it doesn't matter. It just makes life kind of miserable. My mom got me these off of Amazon. She sent them to me, and so I'll just go set this on a rock near the area or something that I'm going to be working, in hopes that I can kind of combat some of them, because I want to show you 2 garden beds over here and what we are working on. So I'm going to be working in this strawberry bed, and then in this flower bed over here, so I kind of set it in between, and I'm just gonna let this go for maybe an hour or so and try and clear out, because this is the worst mosquito area on our property. We even have this crazy thing over here. So that entire trap thing is got so many mosquitoes in it. It takes propane and power, and it like draws them in or whatever, and it has like bait. Oh look, I was being bit on the neck while trying to record. So we're gonna let that smoke fill that area first. In the meantime, while I have everything going, here is this herb garden. I like to have an herb garden right here at the front door, and it is fantastic when I'm cooking to just be able to come out here, grab a few sprigs of something. Some of them I just spun around aren't doing so great. My grandmother actually planted this out, but not everything was happy and survived. So this rosemary survived, but this little guy is looking sad. And so she grabbed a couple of these. Let's see. So I'm just gonna tuck a couple of herbs in here that she picked up and see if we can't fix some of these holes we have. What do you need?
I don't know.
Oh, you're just coming out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple of mosquitoes in there chasing me.
Nice.
Are you warm enough?
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
It is so warm.
I had to put on a t-shirt. I was too cold in this shirt.
Oh no. Maybe I had to put on some layers.
Yeah, I got on 2 layers now, so it's better. Oh, are you filming yourself?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Oh, I don't want to get in your way.
You're never in the way.
Yes, I am.
You're
Yes, I
not
am.
either.
Oh, these little green plants are cute, aren't they?
Yeah. You like sage?
I suppose, in moderation.
In moderation.
Yeah.
So we killed this sage over here. Would you hand me another plant?
You want a big one or a little one?
Either or. Just anything works. Actually, we'll save those 2 for the other bucket. Sounds good.
Okay, you got 3 pieces there left. 2 are the spindly ones and 1 of the fluffy ones.
Look at that. Okay. Well, that's much better.
Yeah. So,
We got one little chive holding on for dear life.
well, it's not dead, so it's still okay.
Still a truckin'. So we also have these all around the porch as well, and I just put individual plants in each one of them, and we did this last year and they did fantastic as well. And so I am going to put some sage in this one.
Oh, that's gonna look pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Oops. Give it some water.
It's got a hole in it. Remember that song?
No.
Oh, the bucket's got a hole in it. It's got a hole in it.
And what's the rest?
I'm trying to think of what the rest is.
So now I'm gonna give everything a little drink. I have a little worm brew inoculant in here, so hopefully it'll wake everything up and the soil a little. All right, I'm done. I have a 1 pot over there, and I have some basil out in the greenhouse that hasn't been planted, but look at this. That's fantastic. We have the hanging basket there, and then the herb tower. I just have to spin it around a little bit during the day or whenever I come out here, and that does I made these hose holders last year, and I decided to put one right here in front by the hose bib so they can water everything around here. And then these are the plants that my grandmother planted inside, these 2 pots and the ones over there. And this one I wanted to show you. This is catnip that overwintered. I started this with seed last year, and it is just insane. I need to cut that back, and then it'll just keep growing like crazy. And then these, everything is just starting to really come alive around here. This little pot here is like some pansies and other little flowers like that. I started all of these from seed as well, and they were so tiny when they came out here, and look at how much the one plant is just taken off. And they will fill out this whole bucket by the end of the season and just really put on a show for us. And then the back side of this hose bucket, we have beautiful flowers, all of the yellow and blue, and then this will bloom, big red blooms. We just deadheaded it, and so waiting on new blooms, but that'll be fantastic. And then these are what my grandmother got at the greenhouse and then planted out, and look, they are so happy outside. Begonias. I can always forget the name of those. So she loves begonia. She loves anything that kind of has that more like, I want to say like a California, like a Southern California type garden. So begonias and tiger lilies and anything with that kind of structure is what she's attracted to, but they just really have taken off outside here. And so there you have it. There's kind of our entryway and what we have done this year. I don't think we're not going to get the decks on the property. There's supposed to be like a big porch deck with these elaborate stairs, and none of that is happening this summer. And so I just did the best I could with what we have. These are all leftover pots, plants from last year, things I planted from seed or that my grandmother picked up. All of this is last year's pots as well. A little bit of the garden soil or seed start mix, and put some beautiful herbs in there. And I think it just gives it a homey feeling, and it makes me just really happy to pull in. And then when I come out the door, I feel a little bit motivated to get going. Just nice and clean. Nothing is perfect around here. However, it does give me the motivation to work on these insane beds over here. This is the thorn in my flesh garden. This is my strawberry patch. I am having a heck of a time with the weeds, and I did these strawberries identical to how I did our garden, and our garden doesn't have all of these weeds in it. What I did was a thick layer of cardboard, a thick layer of garden soil, and then some compost, and this has been a weed haven since moment one that I planted it. However, the strawberries, oh my gosh, they are beautiful. They are really fantastic to look at. So what happened is the first winter we were here, we had to have someone clear the driveway. Aaron wasn't up here at the time, and I had to stand on our wellhead. That's the head of our well. If someone were to hit that, we would have no water. And deep in the winter here, that is not something you want to be dealing with. And so Aaron built me this rock garden in order to just make it where whenever we're clearing in the winter time, that we know where to stop. And so I thought, well, that's the perfect place to do a strawberry garden, and it is not happy. So I'm gonna get in here, weed the crap out of this, and I think I have a plan. What I was trying to avoid, let me just walk you through what I was trying to avoid. What happened was the strawberries will spread out, and then every few years you know, the old ones stop producing, but if you just allow it to put on new strawberry plants, you can replace your old plants with the new ones by letting all of it regrow. Well, I didn't want to do like wood chips or anything like that on top here, but I think I've got to battle the weeds first and then worry about the strawberry plants putting on new plants. So last year I let it go, and then this year I think, no, I've just got to get in here and get the weeds out of it. Even if that means using wood chips and cardboard or paper or something like that to stop all the weeds from coming up. We'll see what we do. So I am not certain how this is going to go. I had a block of coconut core, and so a couple hours ago I put some water on it, and I have the cardboard down, and so I'm just going to try and hold down the cardboard with this. It says you can plant right in it, so it should be fine, but I'm not sure what else to do or what else I have. So we're gonna start with this and see if that works. Alright, so we got to here, and then Aaron called. He's on his way. I ran out. If anything, it looks 100 times better. And what I'm thinking, right now it's not sending out any shoots, but I think when it does, that it can at least root into this, and then the cardboard, hopefully, even though I can't get it perfectly everywhere, will make weeding it a lot easier and a lot less weeds to grow up through it. But if nothing else, it does look way better. Okay, let me just tell you something, Caleb, Destiny. This set of chicks is the biggest issue. What is it doing on top of the door? Holy cow. That is insane. So the chickens are trapped up, so I've been giving them different kinds of treats. These are grubs and like corn and seeds, and if you spread it out, it gives them something to peck at. I have all 5 of the baby chicks plus like 3 normal sized chickens in here trapped up, because in all my days the big chickens stayed out of the garden last year, and we used the garden fence. I don't know if they're too heavy or what the case is. They don't get out, and I keep adding to the fence, and just like you just saw, clearly we have Psycho Ninja flying baby chicks. Now they're mad at the world because they're trapped. They're like little road runners. Like, I don't even know Icelandics. We've never had them before, and I'm not quite sure that this is my favorite breed of chicken. they have been nothing but trouble. They keep getting into the garden, they keep digging up stuff, or they peck at things, and so I keep adding to the fence. Anyway, the woes of chickenhood. Aaron bought me a really sharp set of scissors, so we are going to clip their wings. They're so little, they're so young, that I thought they had to have been sneaking like out, so there's 3 layers of fence up at this point. I could not figure it out. They're just flying. They jump on the fence, they fly in and out as they please, and then they can run right through that fence. And then I'm looking at this fence right here is our garden. I'm looking at the height of this fence and realizing as high as one of them just jumped and flew, they could get in there. Like, this, it's complete crazy. I know that chickens can fly, and some people are gonna be like, I told you so. Don't care. Psycho. I've never seen a chicken jump so high that it could land on a door. Crazy. Aaron bought me these brand new scissors. I'm going to try and catch these little chicks in order to trim their wings. This is... Okay. So, what we're doing will not hurt them at all, but they're not going to enjoy it. So I've just trimmed one set of the wings, and then the other wing. It's beautiful. So last night, after I was getting all the chores and stuff done, Aaron got me this. This is Boreal, B-O-R-E-A-L core. So it's a coconut core, and this is what I had put around the strawberries. What this is a planting medium. You can actually plant things in it. I don't know enough about it to know like how great it is, but what I do know and what I'm trying to do with it is I'm trying to pressure out the weeds, let the strawberries grow, and then have something around them that's not going to hurt the strawberries. And then the strawberries aren't sending out their shoots right now because right now they're making the berries, and then they'll send out excuse the rooster, they'll send out new strawberry shoots in the fall, and because the cardboard is down, whatever's on top of the cardboard, those new strawberry shoots need to be able to root into something, and I'm hoping that this will work as that something that they'll root into, and then eventually the cardboard will go away and it will just become part of the soil, and by that point hopefully we have more strawberries, less weeds. But this is what it starts out as, is this one little block here, and then we're gonna add 10 gallons of water, and it's gonna swell up and fill nearly the entire wheelbarrow. While I wait on the coconut core to do its thing, what I have here is some Maxi Crop, which is a soluble seaweed powder, and what it provides is potassium. Everything green needs potassium. It's a 0017. But it also helps feed the microbes. So everything that's green, and then where we're at in the gardening stage is fruits, vegetables, fruit trees, potted plants, flowers, berries, shrubs, houseplants, all of the different things. We can do 1 teaspoon to 1 gallon. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've used this for 2 years now, And sometimes if you get just barely too much of this on there, it really wilts and will kill your plants. So it's one of the things that a lot of gardeners stay away from, but it was highly recommended in my gardening class that I took at college last year. And so what we're doing, you can also do stand in a solution, so transplants and cuttings, and then you can also soak seeds and bulbs in it and so on, and there's different ratios. So what I started doing is 1 teaspoon for 2 gallons, and then I spray it on. And then what I'll use in this 2 gallons to feed all the plants is to dress the leaves. So I'm gonna use this sprayer, dip it in, fill it up. So after pumping it up, I just have it on a fine mist setting. I just go through and lightly mist everything. Everything in the greenhouses is looking fantastic, and so I had to refill, and now I'm going to just hit these a little bit. They don't get the benefit of rain and a lot of water that way, and so I don't overdress anything in the greenhouses, only because I'm not gonna know. And then if it doesn't rain on it and it needed a little bit of it washed into the soil, that isn't an option. So we just do really light. Our 2 greenhouses are operating totally different. It's literally so humid in this greenhouse that it drops rain. So you see that? That is so crazy. And none of this is from outside moisture. It literally hasn't rained in over a week. And somehow the way the sun is working, or I'm not quite sure what it is, but this greenhouse is totally different than the other one as far as the moisture. The next thing we're going to do to really feed and increase the microbes is this is a worm brew. So it's for 5 gallons, 5 capfuls, and this is all about the microbes. So this isn't really a fertilizer. This is just feeding the soil and the life that's in it. This thing here is my new favorite garden hack. What it is a shower for like off-grid use, and we got it for the cabin, see? And it's just this little rechargeable battery that goes to a pump. You drop the pump in the bucket, and then you just push this little button, it turns it on and off. And I stick this power box in my pocket and then just carry along the bucket, and then I can fertilize or top dress or do whatever I'm doing that I want to put on the plants, and it is not having to put things in a water bucket, come back and forth 100 times, but it just sprays beautifully. See? Isn't that fun? How simple is that? My grandma and I are out here. I got the rest of the coconut that is beautiful. That turned out fantastic. Like, I absolutely love it. But we are being swarmed, huh, G-Bomb? Yeah. So we're over at this little garden space that is by the rhubarb on just outside of the chicken coop, and my grandmother's window's there, and we are going to let her plant out this space. It has some really good soil in it from last year, and here's what happened. I need to to move this guy. This is a raspberry that against all odds has survived. I got it the very first summer that we were here. It just sat outside in a pot over winter, which I learned today that when you're talking about hardiness zones, if you're going to keep something in a pot over winter, it needs to be able to go 2 layers or 2 levels below your hardiness zone. We're at a 3, so that would be at a 1, and somehow this raspberry survived. I stuck it in the ground because I had nowhere for it to go last year, and it was just like one little stalk on it. And now it is spreading. It's growing along the ground. This is kind of the root system that we're gently coaxing out here. And then I'm going to move this inside of the garden area so that she can plant whatever she wants. Otherwise, this raspberry would totally take over this space. And what she wants to plant will also come back every year. And so our faithful to survive raspberry needs to go into the garden. Let me show you. My grandma has been going to the off-grid cabin at my mom's on the weekends, and she rescued this bucket of ferns.
Yeah, free.
They're fiddleheads, so you'll see a lot of people up here harvest them when they're really young, and then the little fiddleheads grow into this beautiful fern. And so she brought me a handful of them that she wants to be able to see from her window. And so adding some organic landscape into any garden is super simple and very vital, and you can simply get it for free. So, oh, there's one. I was gonna show you. I don't know how well, but that's the fiddlehead right there. There's brand new ones. So we're just gonna stick this guy, maybe try to take any weeds out of the bowl. And then, there you go. Okay, here's the third one.
Okay, we've got 4 of these, actually.
We have 3.
2.
You want to leave them in the groups of 2 though, don't you?
Sure.
Okay.
I think they'll be best in groups of 2.
All right.
Okay, and you,
There.
what do you think?
Perfect. You want me to just start putting that one in?
Sure, may as well.
All
I
right.
just think they're beautiful.
So pretty.
Should it be out over here a little bit?
Yeah. Maybe a little higher, because that's running the soil away. No, up this way. If you water up high, it has such a slope to it. See how it's all running down the hill now?
Yeah, right.
So water from up here, and then it'll soak in,
Right.
settle in the dirt first. Good job. I'll find some more rocks later and build the wall a little higher.
Yeah.
So this is our raspberry bed, and I am shocked because so many of them have actually done fantastic. So what's actually happening right here is I put a bunch of like old hay and wood chips and all of that, raked it up, kind of made a mounded bed. Then we did cardboard and paper, and then some good garden soil on top. And so I'm just going to move this little guy right here. And the soil's super dry, but Yeah, they actually root quite simply, and I'm gonna get him watered in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you choose to stick around the channel for a little while longer. If you enjoyed this, here are some other videos or playlists that you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on those. With that, I hope that you're blessed. I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I hope you are inspired to do something small that makes a big impact each and every day on your life, your home, wherever you may be. God bless. Talk to you soon.